Hi guys, this is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on The Supernatural Show. The show that is not for entertainment purposes. Today be another good example. We are here with the Roxy Piles. Roxy herself in the house with us. How are you, Roxy?
Fantastic. How are you today?
I'm fantastic too.
I'm always fantastic. I am blessed beyond measure.
We do get to make that choice.
Yes.
We can choose.
Every day.
We can choose to be mad, can't we?
We can.
We can choose to be sad, can't we?
We can.
So why can't we choose to be happy and fantastic?
We can. You just have to make that choice every day.
Yes. Don't let the world control you. You control the world.
I am blessed.
Control those emotions and control that body, that flesh. And you get those things down and you're getting pretty close to mastering some of the secrets of the mastery of this world. We've also got Miss Kim here with us in the background, learning the co-host business, and in the chat I see as well. What's happening, Miss Kim?
Hey, Aunt Kim.
Hey, baby.
Shannon's unavailable to be here with us today, but we've got Super Dave and Super Mike in the house as well with us today. Always glad to see those guys here.
We got Kent, too. Kent's already here today.
Kent. Well, we got a bunch of people. Anonymous Legions here. Ryan 7426. We've got Kent in the house as well. Kent Sullivan 5948. And quite a few others as well, of course. Kent says he's made it on time. Well, at least you're on time because we're never on time.
Even if you're not one that normally chats, just go ahead and just hit the period and hit enter so we can see your name and see who you are, because we know there's more of you here that aren't saying anything. At least let us know who you are so we can find out who our people are.
Yeah. And sometimes, because 50% of the audience of the Supernatural Show doesn't even have YouTube channels, meaning they don't have an account, meaning they just pull it up and watch. And, there's nothing wrong with that. But I want you to know that there is nothing to be afraid of. You stand in the arms of our great Father in heaven. And if you know that and you have that faith and that knowledge, there's nothing to be afraid of. So I'm not telling you to go get an account. I'm just saying that there's a lot of people that don't have accounts. I can tell from the statistics about 50% is watching, and about 30% of the people who watch this are watching it on a television, so they can't chat. Well, they could pull it up on their phone, mute it, because it'll get annoying if you got two audios going, but mute it on your phone and you can chat and still watch it on your big screen. You could do that too.
See, look at there. There's a new one. Jeremiah. Hey, Jeremiah. Haven't seen you in the crowd before. Welcome. He says, long time watcher. Glad you spoke up.
There we go. Jeremiah, what's happening?
See how easy that was, folks? Just reach in there and wave. Put an emoji. I don't care what you do.
Just click. It means something. Why do you think that I show all your guys' comments, as they feed in and stuff? And yeah, we know that there's a risk that somebody could say something ugly, but we've got things to handle that too. You don't have to agree with the things that we're talking about. What we ask simply is just to not be attacking anybody, that kind of thing,
Yeah, we got some serious sniper moderators. So if you ever get out of line, one of them fellas right there, they're going to take you out like Secret Service. We don't play no games. We all nice here.
Yep, we're nice. But if you come in here,
we'll come for your kneecaps.
Popping, come in here. Mike and Super Dave will be popping back. You'll be gone by.
Instant.
Anyways, enough with the negative. Let's go with the positive, and that is that y'all guys are here. We're all still alive, and we're moving forward. And oh boy, are we moving forward. And got some big news, even more so big news, coming very soon. Probably, for sure, by Friday. it'll be better if I just wait and let y'all guys know kind of what's going on. But let's just say you've heard the expression, we're taking this to the moon. Yeah, we're taking this to the moon. You ever heard the expression, swimming up the river against the current successfully? Yeah, we've got a plan. And it involves not just y'all guys that are listening, not that just y'all guys that are watching, but it involves people from all around the world that are going to be involved. It's going to be an amazing thing, and I'll share all the real detailed details. But I have I'd like to say, a more fantastic way or supernatural way that I want to present it all here in the very near future. So I'll be doing that. Super Dave, as a matter of fact, seen yesterday, I guess Super Dave yesterday, I guess it was, he's seen something flying in the sky that he couldn't identify in Myrtle Beach. And first thing I had to say is, what are you doing in Myrtle Beach without coming to see me? But, that's okay.
He's been here for almost a week now.
What?
He's 20 miles from me.
Yeah.
And I've been too busy moving to try to like intersect with Dave, and we're 20 miles apart at the moment.
Yeah, it's kind of hard sometimes. I understand. I'm further away than 20, actually. I'm probably from Myrtle. I don't know. It's more than 20, that's for sure. I'm out in the sticks a little bit, kind of like a lot of us. But Super Dave's scene reminds me of something I've seen. But Super Dave shared a video with us, and I was trying to figure out. I think I could probably pull it up on his channel, the video that he posted.
I think it's on his TikTok.
Is that where it's at?
Yeah, pull it up TikTok? On Super Dave's TikTok. Isn't it, Dave? Oh, Dave's back home. Dave, is that loaded on your TikTok, bud?
Let me see if I can do that without crashing the show.
Let's not crash anything. Oh. Hey, guess what, folks? Yeah. I got heat and air today. Yay!
You got heat and air?
Yeah, the new HVAC system just went in. I looked up and the curtains were moving. I'm like, oh, we got air conditioning and heat now. I'm so excited.
Wow, that is exciting. Really, it is. It is a awful cool. You've got air conditioning and heating.
Not central.
We've had nothing but space heaters since we've been here for a couple of weeks, because when they were prepping the house, because the house hadn't been lived in a year, and the heating and air unit had just died. And when the homeowner went, it was like $11,000.
Wow.
And I don't think that was an expense they had expected, to rent out the house or whatever. But it's here, it's done. The curtains were wiggling a while ago. Cleaned the top of the greenhouse off. The greenhouse roof is fine. Everything in there. It has gas for a heater. The gas lines are run. Electric for lights. And we're getting the kudzu vines off. So that greenhouse may be operational within a month, not next year.
Trying to log in, but Super Dave has he's got controls on his account, so if you're not logged in, you can't watch anything on his channel. Apparently, that's what it's saying here, and it's not letting me log in, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Can you pull up the video, Roxy, and drop it to me? Maybe I can see it then.
Yep. Hang on.
Says he's home now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Go ahead and chit chat and let me look for it.
Oh boy, another spam call. Let's see. What can we? So the idea is we're going to show this video of Super Dave's, but about, I don't know. And some of y'all guys probably heard me talk about this before, but about I guess it was maybe 5 years ago. Me and Miss Kim, we were coming back from my brother's, and when I was over at his house, he was telling me about a craft that he's seen, not far from where he lives in Lower South Carolina, and was describing it, and all the details of it, and that it kind of freaked him out and so on. He said it was as big as a football field, and it had a light on each corner, and floated right above him and his truck while he was driving, and he slowed down, was looking up out the window kind of thing, and it freaked him out. And he told us all about it, and then we left his house, started driving home. You wouldn't believe it, but me and Miss Kim were driving along, and we seen it in the distance, and what we seen to start with was the lights. And Miss Kim says, I didn't even notice it. She said, "What is that?" And I looked up and I said, I'm thinking, is that a cell tower? Lights on the cell tower? As we kept getting closer, no. We got closer and closer. Then we started getting real close. And it was moving, but it was only moving at about 15 miles an hour. So we were able to catch up with it. And it was kind of following the highway off to the left and above the trees. And we pulled in at a Dollar General, jumped out, and I had a camera I had my cell phone, and I turned it up to it and turned it on and hit record. Immediately my battery went gone, and it just turned off. I was like, my battery's dead. I couldn't believe it. Now I'm thinking back about it, I think it was a technology or something possibly. But then again, Miss Kim had her cell phone, and I grabbed it and started recording, and it had enough battery that I was able to try to record. All you could see were the lights. Now, I could see with my eyes, I could tell that there was a craft there. It was the size of a football field. It was in the shape of a triangle, and it was sitting up about, let's say about 200 feet above the pine trees, which are normally on average about 100 foot tall. And sitting back off of the road a little bit, but it was sitting there. And when we jumped out, I noticed it started rotating. It stopped dead still. It knew we had seen it, apparently. And it started rotating. It turned around 360 degrees. And then all of a sudden, a little red neon looking light showed up in front of us, just out across the road, because we were standing in the parking lot of Dollar General, and right across the road we had just turned in off of was this all of a sudden this red neon light. And I asked Miss Kim, I said, what in the world is that? And it was just like poof, it was there. And she was like, I don't know, but let's go find out or something other. And so we kind of ignored the red light. Looking back at it, I wish I hadn't ignored it so much, but it was like that craft sent some kind of little thing down that would look like a little red neon light to look at us, maybe freak us out, right? But luckily it didn't freak us out too much. So craft had rotated 360 degrees and was going to head back down the road that we just came up, and it started moving. So we're like, let's go. We jumped in the car and took off back down the road, and it was only moving at about like 15 miles an hour. So we were able to get out in front of it and pull over at a store up the road that had a big field beside it. So I'd have a big horizon to see it coming. And I'm standing there. I'm like, it should be coming any minute now. I'm using her phone and I'm recording. And it's nighttime, completely dark out. And it was like 10:30 at night. And all of a sudden, here it comes, sailing right across the top of the trees, coming straight at me. And I'm standing there filming, and there was a guy down in the back of the parking lot of this gas station that was closed. He was had his door open on his truck, fiddling around. And I turned and started to walk back there to point it out to him. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I might get shot, freaking come out here telling this guy that, approaching him in the parking lot at 10:30 at night in a closed gas station, thinking, maybe I better not. Let me just focus on this thing in the sky. So I went back and I'm watching it, and it's coming straight at me. And then all of a sudden it just turns like silk. There's no sound. It's dead silent. You can't hear nothing. It's there. And I can see the lights on it, on the pyramid shape, and they're blinking. But all of a sudden it started just turning. It rotated 90 degrees, and headed, what's the name of that road right there, Roxy?
410?
410. It headed east on 410, coming off of 701 North, and right beside that gas station there. And it just sailed that direction. And I was like, holy cow, I finally seen one. And it's a man-made craft with men in it, highly likely. And it's not supposed to be known about, but they're man-made. And Super Dave seen one the other day, apparently, which is, I mean...
I sent you a link.
Did you? How did you send it?
Yeah, I sent it in Studio Link or Google Chat. I sent it in both.
Okay.
Yeah, when I seen that thing, I seen it in daylight. Like, it was not dusk dark. Like, it actually went, well, you know what the shop looks like. But anyway.
Making me log in to see it, so I'm not going to be able to
It might not.
Yeah, he's got it on lockdown. If you're not a subscriber, you can't see it. Okay. It wouldn't matter. It's making me want to log in, and I'm having a problem logging in for some reason. I'd have to stop everything I'm doing. So I'm not going to do that. What were you saying, Roxanne?
Oh, when I seen that thing that day, it was daylight. This was not dark. It was not blinking lights. This was a humongous craft.
Daylight?
Yeah, it was like there was still daylight outside.
Okay. Go ahead.
You know where our shop is at. I was parked, you know where I park in front of the door.
Farm, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I was pointed back like toward Red Bluff area. You know, I pulled in past the office. And I had walked inside, and all of a sudden Willie comes out and says, "What is that?" And I'm like, "What?" And we go out the front door and we're looking up, and it is this, I say black, but I don't, it wasn't black. It was smoke, charcoal gray, carbon fiberish looking color. I mean, it wasn't black, it wasn't gray.
Super lightweight, super high tech for sure. Yeah.
It literally, it looked like a kite the size of a NFL pro football stadium.
Yep, kind of shaped like a kite. Yep.
Now, as I'm standing there watching it, it's headed toward my daughter's house. I'm on the phone with her. She's pulling up in her yard. She looks up and she sees it. Now, I can still see it, and I'm 6.5 miles away. Like, I can still see it. This ain't faint in the distance. I'm seeing this thing bank and turn. And she gets concerned as to what's coming after her, and she snatched the kids out the car and made them go in the house. We pulled up flight radar real quick to see if we could pick anything up. I got one glitch that said C-17, and it immediately disappeared off radar. I mean, it might have lasted like a half a second.
Yeah, C-17, you'd know if you was looking at one of them.
Yeah, no, this was not. This was this thing reminded me of a big triangle looking kite. It didn't look like it had any more depth or dimension to it. You know what I'm saying? It just looked like a flat frisbee in the shape of a funky triangle. I don't know how to explain it. That thing was huge. It was huge. It was scary because she snatched the kids up and run them in the house. She's like, "Y'all go in the house." Because it's kind of one of those moments you're like, oh, the aliens are here. It was a little spooky.
For a second.
Yeah, it made us wonder for a second, because Willie even come running from behind the shop, and he's like, "What in the Sam Hill is that thing?" And it was like dusk dark. You know what I mean? But it's not dark, because I can see 6.5 miles away. I can still see this humongous thing banking. I watched this thing as it banks from like the Red Bluff direction towards Conway. We watched it bank right on back around toward Ainer, like it was making a circle. And then it just disappeared as it went back west. Yeah. It came from the west and it went back west. It made a loop.
And there was a lady who contacted Miss Kim, from her cousin from North Carolina, this morning.
About an hour ago.
About an hour ago. What did she tell you? She seen?
She said she seen UFO last night.
And what else she said about it?
Lights.
Lights.
One come down, other lights started shooting like from it. Spreading out.
Other lights coming from the craft.
Yeah.
Well, I seen that red light come down, and Miss Kim seen it too from that triangle craft. So I would highly imagine it has all kind of special capabilities that they just can't wait to show off. Here's some good news. Super Dave sent us a message and said that his video is on YouTube. Here it is right here. Let's got the audio off, so let's just play it. Don't take the audio, got anything up. Just sound of the ocean.
You can see that there's 4 lights there. There's one on the far two, 3 blinking.
3, and I thought I seen something else.
Nope, go left. Go all the way to the left.
I see some other sparks out here.
Right there where your thing's at, there's a steady light. I don't know what that is.
Oh, right there. Could be a star. Could be something else. But that distance, how that looks like that. Let me see if I can go frame by frame here and see what it does. Bring this back over so it's not so close to the play again. Okay. Let's slow it down. Playback speed 25%. Right, let's slow it down and let it play like that one. If we can determine the timing it's taken for the blink sequence, because it definitely reminds me of what I've seen.
Yep.
About that same distance scene, and if it was pointing towards you, you could see all 3 lights. This looks. Can I zoom in? We're on YouTube. Can I zoom in? Hang on a second. There might be another method I could do to zoom. Give me 1 second, guys. I can make your dreams come true in a second. All right. Bam, dreams come true.
Look at there.
I've got it slowed down still. Super Dave is zooming in slowly, it looks like. Super Dave 44, that's the channel that this is on. And of course, many people have filmed many things, but this is a good example of what most people would call this the TR3B. Now, whether that's the true name or not, I don't know, but there's been rumor of a triangle craft for quite a while. Now, I seen one of these also that was small. It was about the size of a normal
SUV?
jet fighter, or a little smaller even than a jet fighter. I seen it. I met it by accident one time. I was at the beach looking for angels. If I can pause this. I was at the beach looking for angels, and I had bought a laser, a really powerful laser that had a 5-mile reach on it. Green one, I still got it here somewhere. And I was trying to interact, see if I could get some kind of, I was being an idiot.
Reaction?
Yeah, reaction. I got a reaction, all right. But I was taking it, and I learned to never do this again. Okay, but I was taking it, and I was shining it. I seen a light just sitting there in one spot. It wasn't moving, but it was miles out to my left over the water. So I took my laser and I said, let me just shine it over there because this thing's 5 miles. I'm bad, So I shined it over yonder on that, and I kept moving it backwards and forth right as where it was hitting, because you can see that laser. It's like an aiming device pointing out there. And kept shining on it. I messed around there for a minute or two. All of a sudden, that light, which looked like a single light, started coming towards me. And I was like, is it coming this way? And there was another guy standing there with me. And I said, it looks like it's coming this way. He says, yeah, I don't know what that is. I think I got to go. He went and got in his car and left.
He was breaking camp.
Yep. He said, I got to go. See you later. Dinner's done.
Gotta go.
And I still standing there. I'm like, this thing's coming closer and closer. What is this? Then when it got real, well, it flew right over me at about, I'd guess at 400 feet, something like that. And it comes flying right over me. It's nighttime, but I could see the craft. There was enough light from the lights on the beach and everything. And it was a triangle shaped, no wings like normal, just a triangle shape. It was the size of somewhere between an SUV or a little bigger. And
they look like giant paper airplanes.
Yeah, basically. But this one was small because it was only the size of an SUV. It was the smaller version of these triangle crafts. And I seen it, it was coming toward me. And then it was going slow. I mean, I say slow. It was probably traveling at about 30, 40 mile an hour as it was coming over me, right above me. And I looked up and I said, I think I might have shined that laser in his windows. That's obviously a man-made craft, really weird looking. And he kept right on going. Said, I looked around and I looked in my hand and I thought, felony. I said, I started to bury my laser in the sand and run. But then I said, no, I don't want to lose my laser. So I took off running to the car and I got in the car and I'm taking off, I'm on like a little island, we'll call it. Okay. So you have to go down a ways, cut through the little neighborhood and then get on this big, not big, but a long flat bridge that takes you to the mainland. And I drove across. Well, as I'm leaving, I'd only been driving probably for about 45 seconds, but I had made one or two turns. Here comes a black SUV, all blacked out, dark windows, and a marked cop car and another unmarked cop car doing about, I don't know, about 60 on a 30 mile an hour road. Went by me, shooting in, and I just kept on driving. I was like,
you got somebody's attention.
They're going after somebody. I don't know nothing about it. So I didn't speed. I didn't do anything. I just kept like I didn't know nothing.
You drive right straight to hot spot.
Yeah, and I drove where Kim was at work, which is just off of the island. And I got there. I jumped out, and I got this laser in my hand. I'm like, what do I do with this? And I started to throw it in the trunk. I go, no, they might search the trunk. They might search the car. They probably going to be here in a minute. I got to do something. So there was a big stack of drink crates that hold like 2 liters and stuff sitting on the side of the building. I went around there and picked up 3 or 4 of them and chunked it inside of it. And I went back over there and sit down on the concrete like I've been there for weeks.
Looking like you live there.
Yeah. And actually, I never seen the black SUV and the two cop cars come out. But somebody had done something wrong on the island that got their attention because they were coming in a hurry. And luckily, I didn't do nothing wrong. Yeah. So.
Well, I just sent you a video on our Google chat.
Okay.
I've not shared these with anybody else other than you.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we're going to share them to the world today. This is a video, guys. This, I don't know what we're going to call it. You can see the wheels within the wheels. To begin with, when I was trying to film this, it was fuzzy at a distance. I couldn't zoom in. So I decided to pray about it. And I asked for permission to film it. And once I asked for permission to film it, I filmed it on November 3rd. And when you see this video, you'll understand how clearly they let me film it. I've not shared this video with anybody yet, so I guess the world gets to see it today.
Okay. So you're talking about like a light orb up in the sky?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's very, very clear. I've been holding it for a while, and you know, how you film stuff like that and you're like, nobody's going to believe me when I put this out that I actually asked this thing for permission to film it.
Does this look like the right video?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see, I can make it full screen, I think, or I should be able to. Let me hit play here for a second. No, it don't like.
It don't.
Let's open it up with. See if we can download it. Try just pulling the message link and see what it says. Maybe not. No, it's going to do the same thing. Yep. Okay, well, I guess we're going to watch it like this.
Maybe it'll just mute it because I don't know if anybody's talking in it or not.
Okay.
Just give it a second. I tried to.
The wheel within the wheel, and looks like a donut, kind of.
Yep, it's a wheel within a wheel, and to begin with, when I start,
got a lot of life to it, don't it?
Yep. And that's me zooming out and zooming in on it, because used to when I would zoom in, it would just like fuzz out. But now you can actually look around it and see the change of the perspective of light.
I made a little alteration to the screen so it would help us out a little bit.
But it literally looks like a disco strobe.
Yeah.
And that's not the only one I see. I have many of them that are with me quite a bit.
Wait till you get to see one at 30, 40 feet. And this is going to happen for you.
I can't wait.
To see one at 30, 40 feet. And wait till you get to see one at 30, 40 feet and it casts a lightning bolt into the ocean. I've seen that. Wait till you get to see one and it all of a sudden just takes off. Boom, and streaks.
Well,
just like on the intro of the video of the Supernatural.Show.
Well, this one that I had filmed, I started noticing that it looked like it was, moving up a little bit, moving down a little bit. And I'm like, oh, no, that's just me, looking up too long. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You think it's yourself.
It'll start messing with you.
Mm-hmm. Right. So to confirm that, well, this particular one right here, I can find that bad boy just about on any given dark night I go outside. It's generally somewhere close by. Well, so I put the phone on a tripod.
Well, the thing is...
Not this night.
Mm-hmm. The thing is...
To make sure the movement I was seeing was real and not just my wobbly head.
Apparently we're having a little audio problem. Because I'm probably maxing out my PC. Let me see if I can do something to buy some more space. Yeah, let's go back to here for now. I think that might hopefully help out. Give me a test.
Test.
Okay. I think we're good now. We were bumping out at 100% on our CPU. We're still waiting on that blessing of a new PC to show up, and you got to be patient when you're expecting supernatural things. So, but we'll get there. I talked to David with Jesus Freak Computer Geek today, and he told me, matter of fact, he remoted into my computer and from up next to Columbia, and because he works for the South Carolina Educational TV, and he's matter of fact, he's retiring here by April, and he's coming on to the Supernatural.Show network and going to be working with us shoulder to shoulder. And anyways, I talked to him, and he looked at everything, and because he gave me this PC, which is a really good PC and a really, really good video card in it. But he looked at it, he said, "You're already doing everything to pretty much max out its abilities and its capabilities." David is Jesus Freak Computer Geek on YouTube. If you're not familiar with him, you probably would want to be familiar with him. And he looked around, looked at everything. And the last thing he told me was, because when he gave me the PC, I was doing good, doing a show, but we were using StreamYard, and it was limited in certain things. But he said, I've seen a lot of people, I've been around a lot of creators, and I've been around a lot of video producers, because he works in the business. He works for South Carolina Educational TV. And he said, I'm really impressed with what we're doing with it. And it's maxed out, but me and him agreed that being maxed out, that you maxed out its capability, is a good thing. It's a beautiful opportunity when you've taken full advantage of something like this. So, zoom up. We can't zoom any more than we were zoomed, and we already played it.
Rage, you were a mess, buddy. You were just a mess, Rage. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. You got a flirt in the building.
Rage is always a flirt. I don't know who's a bigger flirt, Rage or Cash, but I love both of them.
Yeah. Me too. But I don't think I'll flirt with Rage. All right. So we showed off Dave's video. Talked about that a little bit. We explained the story of where I seen the big one and I've seen the little one, the triangle crafts. And one key takeoff of this, guys, is to realize, unfortunately, there's going to come a day when people are going to freak out because of what they're seeing in the skies. It may be even in the daytime. As me and Miss Kim were talking about earlier, if one of those triangle crafts big as a football field were to fly over an average city, people would be losing their peanuts. You know what I'm saying? It would, because y'all guys are really blessed because you know about these things, and we do too. And yeah, it would probably be pretty exciting to see some of this stuff, but we're going to be able to control our emotions and not react the way that they expect us to react. But the people around you,
they're going to lose it.
They're going to lose their peanuts.
It's going to be like, World War Z and the walking zombies, because I mean they're just going to lose it. Their brain is going to be on the sidewalk somewhere because they can't handle it.
Yeah.
And these are the same people that get offended by words.
Mm-hmm. And it can be dangerous. So, be careful, be wise. Some of these people, you're not going to be able to convince them that it's not aliens coming from Jupiter or something. They still believe and buy into the NASA lies. NASA in Hebrew means deceive. And you can see the serpents just written all over everything they do. Even their logo has the serpent's tongue sticking out. So be wise about these things that are coming in the future. And realize, too, that the illusion and deception is going to be extreme because they're setting up a network, a fabric, basically an artificial screen in the heavens using Starlink to be able to project any image they want via the method of atomizing meaning energizing the molecules that exist in the upper layers, which are in what's called the noble gases that are in the upper layers below the firmament. And they know about this. I've said it before that nothing on this earth can be invented or created that is not copying God's laws, God's rules, the way he designed things here. So there has to be something that already exists. Take, for instance, holographic photography or video photography, okay? In order for them to invent those machines to be able to make things look like there's somebody standing there on stage and they're not, or in the sky and it's not, there has to be an example that already exists in this world, and there is. The heavens have noble gases in it. There's, I don't think I've said this before, but there's a difference between sunshine and daylight. Now you probably wonder what I mean. Sunshine is the direct light coming from the sun. Daylight is the exciting of the noble gases up in the upper layer of the heavens of below the firmament. The light that comes off of the sun, it excites the noble gases and causes the sky on a cloudless day to glow blue. Okay, a neon blue, and neon just happens to be one of the noble gases. There's about 5 of them, and so when you look up and you see the blue sky, realize that there's a difference between sunlight and daylight, meaning the blue sky that you see. The blue sky is the excitement of the noble gases that are up there, and makes the sky blue. A little supernatural secret for you there, in case you want to think about that for yourself. Let's see, what are you guys talking about in the chat? I hear all kinds of
none of your business.
None of my business.
Nah, I'm just talking with the guys.
I am the host. Let's see.
I'm just talking with the guys.
Not a space agency. Yeah, NASA. Exactly, Kent. I need to make this bigger, so probably should have left this window open so I could see it. Let me see here.
We were just giving all of the names for NASA, and Cash was figuring out that he's not my only admirer.
Well,
yeah.
Y'all ladies have a what would you call it?
A magnetism.
You could say that. You have an exclusive on attraction in this world, pretty much, anyways. Here we go. I think
just love me for my brain, not for my smile.
Yeah, I'll make this a little bit bigger too, so
my brain, my heart, my soul.
Never a straight answer yet, Mike. That's for sure. It's another little side note. Everything that exists in this world, like the car that you're driving, the cell phone you're using, the refrigerator that's keeping your food cold, the pocket knife you've got in your pocket, and then including yourself, your body, it all comes from the soil, the dust, the clay, everything. Man, studying nature, studying God's ways, is able to get that soil to modify it through alchemical processes and make it drive you around town. You literally have dirt that you call a car that's driving you around town. The dirt has been molded, been modified, been alchemical, and all these things, and dirt is driving you around town. You have dirt in your pocket that's a pocket knife. You have dirt in your hand that's a cell phone. Like, for instance, sand, silica. Well, silica is silicone, can be converted to silicone, of course. And silicone, of course, is the computer systems and the computer screens and all these things that we use. And, of course, it's the beast out of the sea as well. All of these computer systems, AI, all this stuff is the beast out of the sea. This second beast specifically, I think it is. And the one that gets a voice to speak, like AI is doing. But all these things come up out of the soil, out of the earth. But one thing doesn't. It's your soul. Your soul is not from here. Your soul is this light, this little spark of light that exists in all of us. and it's not from here. But your body is just, it's sand, it's dirt, it's soil, it's clay that jumps up and does what, I mean, think about it. Your mother, she becomes expecting, she becomes pregnant, okay? There's a spark that takes place in her womb. She's consuming vegetables and things that spring up out of the dirt, okay? Or either maybe she's having a steak. Well, that cow ate vegetables that sprang up out of the dirt, grass and everything. That's converted into the elements that go into her body and turn into an egg that ends up being fertilized. That spark takes place when the fertilization happens. The baby grows. He's growing because of the soil that she's taken in by consuming vegetables and all of the things that God designed in this world that we need to be able to have a perfectly healthy life. And
what?
Go ahead.
Well, you can think of it like this. Nothing new under the sun. So every element in the earth, regardless of whether it be copper, magnesium, potassium, silica, whatever, everything is made of everything that's under the sun. It's just some things have 95 of these and some things have only 92. And that's, you know what I mean? That's the difference in one thing to another. It's different combinations of your elements. When you break it down, it all comes back to basic elements. And energy and your soul spark are completely different elements that are not of this earth.
And just as the angels appear with a spark, which is demonstrated in my documentary about the angels, which many of you have probably seen. It's on, it's somewhere, but I'll try to make sure it's on the website so y'all guys can watch it. Whenever I bring it up, I can tell you where to go. But just like as the angel sparks and then comes into this world as light, white light with all these different colors in it, so are you, so is your spirit, so is your soul. That is how it can be seen occasionally, the spirits of even a rat. In the documentary I have, where there was a rat that was being filmed, a rat trap was being filmed, and the rat got in it and it killed the rat. At the moment of death, a little orb of light came up out of the rat and floated off. Now, a rat is not a human necessarily, and he may be a lower level of spirit of kind, but they have spirits too. Even a rat, cow, goat, all these things, especially if it's in the original image God created it, if it's not been altered. Because when you go to altering things, you end up with something that doesn't have a soul. And we don't want to deal with that, which is why they're altering everything. That's why they alter all the food, because they know that the real food, the real things in nature are what we need to be happy and healthy and be able to have a perfectly healthy body. But they want to alter those things, GMO, so that way they take out what's good in it and leave you a counterfeit is what they do. So try to stay away from that stuff. Try to get a well on your property going. We've got a well, and I know you got one, Roxy, at your new place. We've got a well, but I don't have a pump for it yet. It's an old well that was here, but it's still there, and I think I can get it going. But I've got to get a pump. Hopefully one day soon, get a pump, be able to get one and put it on there, get that sucker going again. Because we need to be drinking the water out of the earth, like a deep well or something like that, and not this stuff coming from the city. God only knows what's in that stuff. Every time I drink a glass of it, I'm like, ugh. How many particles per million are in this thing of poison? But you know it's there. We just don't know exactly. You would probably be
terrified to know. Oh, while we're on the air, did you see the Campbell's Soup CEO's out loud statement?
No, but I wanted to see that.
Shannon and I caught it on right before our show the other night, so we weren't really prepared to talk about it. And the only thing that Campbell's has put out is that he no longer works for our company, and he was lying. That's all he said.
Really? Where am I going to find this, on YouTube?
Look up on YouTube, Campbell's VP or executive goes there. It appears from what I see, they look like they're sitting in a meeting or like at a conference table. And yeah, Campbell's soup controversy, VP, vice president. He loses it at the table, and he's basically telling them that this is made for the poorest of the poor because it's not even real chicken in the soup. It's 3D printed meat.
Oh, Lord. As Kim said, that's why she picks the meat out. I'm thinking it's a sign we might shouldn't be eating the soup.
We went through our cupboards at all locations in which Roxy resides. There is nothing in there from that company anymore. Like nothing. We gonna start making ours from scratch. And let me tell you, I got a fantastic chicken soup recipe. It's very easy, folks. Go get you a rotisserie chicken, already cooked from the grocery store. Takes the hard work out of it. 1 can of cream of celery soup, not by Campbell's. 1 box of chicken broth. That's it. You can tear the chicken up in it. You can add no yolk noodles to it. You can actually take canned biscuits and roll them flat and cut them up into pieces and drop it in the top of it for 10 minutes if you want chicken and dumplings. And you ain't got to eat that trash out the can. Yeah. I will post it on my community. I'll give you the recipe.
I've been trying to get Miss Kim to do a My Southern Life cookbook.
She need to.
Yeah, do a cookbook and even do some
filming. No, you know what you need to be doing, Aunt Kim? You need to have a camera set up so it's filming your pots as you cook.
Yeah.
That way, because that's what I'm doing for my kids. I'm making
her because she's a little camera shy, but she can.
You can just film the prep part of it. Yeah.
Just have it above the stove. I've got the setups and the little things and even the little cameras that we could do that with. I got to get her to do it, but I think it would be a good little side project.
Well, remember, my son come up with the idea of like, how am I going to cook this when you're dead, Mom? So I started recording me cooking their, their favorite meals. So in the event I am dead, at some point, I'm sure I'm not going to be here forever. Mm-hmm. I don't fear death. Bring it on when it happens. Just hopefully no time soon. But I got other things to do. But then they can just play back the video, and it's like step by step of me cooking. They see how I did it, what I added in when. Plus, they get to hear my voice.
Cry.
Yeah, and cry.
And cry.
No reason to be crying so much. We're going to see each other once this is all over with. There's no way our Father in heaven would not have that built in somehow. In a lot better way than we're dealing with it here, that's for sure. I think this is the audio. Let's see if this is.
Alleged audio.
Alleged audio. I don't buy effing something Campbell's. Okay, let's see.
Even in the CNSP fight, we get bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer, do you?
Now, okay. Is that the audio?
I don't know if that's the one that sounds like the one. It was much clearer in the one I seen.
Not very clear.
And what it is, it appeared to me that somebody else in the room had their cell phone camera on and was filming him ranting. This wasn't him filming his own rant. Mm-hmm. This is him being filmed and didn't realize it. And he talks about that Campbell's soup was made for the poorest of the poor. It's made with the crappiest ingredients, that it's not even real chicken. We throwed away everything with their name on it.
Well, here's the problem. The fact is that nothing that we're buying from any of these major corporations is actually what we think it is. Nothing. And the point is we're supposed to go back and go back to the soil ourselves, and we're supposed to be doing this stuff. And if we will do it, it will free us from this. But it's not as convenient. And this is how we got into all the problems that we're in right now, is convenience. Well, it's easier just to go and pick it all up, at one time at the store. It's easier to be able to talk to somebody on a cell phone. It's easier.
You know who my grandma was, and when she wanted a chicken, me and her went out on the yard and we got a chicken. And we, from start to finish, we raised it from a bitty to a chicken. And when you was ready for fried chicken, you went out and selected one. And you killed him and cleaned him and cooked him and you ate him. Yep. But you knew what he had ate, how he had been raised, how he had been treated, and whether it was the ethical treatment of an animal. Yeah. And she did that with chickens and cows and hogs and everything. I mean, Blanche, she weren't eating the grocery store food.
And if you feel like you couldn't do that, it's because you've been programmed. If you would have been raised doing things like that on a farm or whatever, maybe just going out hunting and killing you a grouse or something other, or something like that, going bird hunting or whatever. But then you don't have to eat meat too if you don't want to. But point is you got, whether you're going to eat meat or not, you've got to get back to doing something about it yourself. Like Roxy at her new place, she happens to have a greenhouse that I'm going to bug the crap out of her until she's growing vegetables, which I doubt I'll have to do much, but.
Oh, no, we already cleaning the roof off on that bad boy. Oh, really? Willie is on it. So, nice. Willie has already rearranged everything in the garage. So there's a completely clean side that you can get into the garage to, fix the things that need to be fixed in the greenhouse. That greenhouse will be up and running in a month. I'm telling you, that man is on it. He knows I'm obsessed with this greenhouse now.
Mm-hmm. Good. Let me see if this audio here is a little bit better by chance. I'm not sure.
Campbell's customers during an expletive-filled rant.
You know what's interesting, though, is this is on, if you look at these, you can see that they're broadcasting this on like channels like ABC, USA Today. Now, why are they, here's ABC News. That's the question. And I got the answer for you, but the question, why are they allowing us to know that the food's fake, that everything's crooked, that, there's all this truth coming out, and people are like, ooh, I like that channel because he tells a lot of truth. That's not the level now. The bar has been raised because you're going to hear the truth coming from everywhere. But here's the problem. The truth is being weaponized because they intentionally are allowing us to know about these things for a reason. Go ahead, Roxy.
Well, and my thing, are you releasing this to tank the stock price? Because, I'm sitting right here looking at who the top 5 they're a publicly traded company. So there are 5 top institutional shareholders. Mm-hmm. One, Van, and the second part of that name is Guard. I'm not saying it together. 25.7 million shares. Mm-hmm. The second company is a dark color and a rock. 24.8 million. Mm-hmm. Third one is State, and then you drive down the street.
And they own all these companies.
Yeah, if you go look, Ian Carroll, he's a YouTuber, and how I come across Ian Carroll to begin with was he was literally going through the grocery store. He would take a picture of a section like, the salad dressing aisle, and he would show you, he would take a picture of it and do an infographic, and he would highlight all of the brands in one color that were, one of those companies or all of them. And then he does a demographic, which shows you every single company out there and how the majority of them are controlled by these 5.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wild. Go and look at his corporate food. Yeah, it's wild. You'll realize that actually made in America, wholesome, healthy, I think accounts for like, a fraction of a percent of what we're eating. You have to be very, very careful.
Here's the thing, and I don't have my mind completely around this yet. I just know it's happening. You've got major, well-known people that are coming out on their YouTube channels, like Tucker Carlson, okay, or Jim Brewer, okay. And I've listened. Let's use, because I don't listen to Tucker at all, but Jim Brewer, he's funny. He's an entertainer. He's an actor. Okay, pretends to be a character, and he's funny. And I've listened to him, and there's been a few times when I've listened to a couple of his videos that it's like, no, he's got to be, there's something wrong here. There's no way that he's got this size of channel and they're allowing him to do this. Something's going on. And then I'll hear him hit another subject, and he's like, and he's just laying the truth out there, blam, 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 blam. And then the other day, and this isn't the ultimate method of knowing how somebody is one of them or not, but it does tell you that they are one of them, especially if they keep repeatedly doing it. And that is doing, I've told you guys, watch their hands. When they do the pyramid thing with their hands, or it's really what it is it's a point of creation. It's like an image of a gateway, an image of a portal. It's an image of, it also looks like a tip of a spear, but in which a tip of a spear in that image is also a portal. A spear will go through something, but it's also an image of even the vagina. Okay. It's all about the gateway, the image of creation, the point of creation. And they do this with their hands. And I've shown many, many, many times. I've been talking about it. I was talking about it when talking about it wasn't cool at all. And, but Jim Brewer did this the other day, and I'm like, oh, he made it so perfectly and so obvious. And he's been really good at not showing off, but for some reason in that show, he was interviewing this guy, talking to this one guy, and he put out there and said, here I am, I'm one of them. And I was like, oh no, I knew it, but he's funny, and I kind of like watching comedians sometimes, and especially if they're telling truth. But here's the problem. I was deceived. And I don't like that. And they're doing it, but like I said, I don't have my mind completely wrapped around the complete understanding of the purpose of exposing almost every evil, crooked thing that's going on, like out in Campbell's Soup for not putting real chicken in their meat. In your can.
Okay, well, can I give you a theory, a scenario?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been thinking about this, and I don't know that I'm 100% correct, but 50,000 foot. I have to keep taking the 50,000 foot view, and I've noticed that a lot of people that had their channels stripped or taken down got their channels back. They're not auditing, and
except for me.
Well, there are a lot of people out there
3
that
I want back. 4.
They're not okay. They're not hitting us as hard with violations. And I know a lot of us have got a new lexicon on how or what we say. But if we are in actuality in World War III, if World War III is a spiritual war.
Yes.
And we are currently in the midst of it, hopefully coming towards the end of it here very, very soon.
Mm-hmm.
You have to expose the dirty deeds to make people understand where we truly are. So if you're thinking about light versus dark or good versus evil, eventually the seesaw was tipping back our way. And all of this disclosure and discovery of what evil truly exists out there is to wake some people up. Because it's like, somebody goes and knocks on the door, you can ignore it. But after a while of constantly hearing, and that doesn't stop, it will aggravate the ever-loving cuss out of you, and you'll have to get up and answer the door. Because if it won't stop, you can't let it go. So if the truth is coming out about all of these people and what they've been doing to our children, in whether it be out on islands or in entertainment or in, government associations, whether it be what they're doing with the blood or what they're doing with our mind in the schools, all of this stuff is starting to become more and more prevalent, more and more seen. And I don't think showing the depravity, how do I put it? It's to, if we get it out there and we show it, we might wake up one more person. If they see enough of it, if they see it repeated and it's being said over and over and over again, kind of like they did with the subliminal messages to us, we're just having to scream it out loud.
So how is that? I guess I'm not quite understanding exactly. Maybe I
think the light is winning, and that's why a lot of this stuff is coming out in the open, and you're seeing it reported on places that we never thought it would be reported.
So you're saying that the devil's telling on himself because we're winning?
Yep.
Well, let's hope.
We are winning. I have full faith in that.
We've actually already won, the truth be told, because when I leave this world, I ain't trapped here, and I've sinned a plenty, but I have spent a long time now turning people to God, turning them to Christ, and so I'm not worried about winning necessarily, but what I am trying to do is help other people win. I want other people to see the light clearly. And for me, when I see them doing this, telling the truth thing, there's a reason why the devil tells you the truth. This is just my opinion, because we're just sitting at the coffee table here talking. And so I'm not necessarily disagreeing, because I like your version better than mine. But there's a reason why the devil tells you the truth. And Father in heaven, you've got to tell me plainly, because I'm a little slow, as you know, Father. So please give me the words I'm looking for, and be able to see this for what it really is, so I can warn the children. So there's that. Thank you, Father.
Well, all we can do is stand on the rooftop and shout it as loud as we can. Mm-hmm. And try to make it as prominent and as known. And I know it's hard to wake some people up. Some people may never wake up. But if you can find one simple, teeny subject that they don't look at you like you're a goblin when you bring it up, that might be the one to open the door with.
Yeah.
And I can tell you a good one. If they got school-age children, go, what are your kids learning in school? When's the last time you saw a textbook? Do they bring anything home? Because think about it, folks. They ain't bringing no textbooks home no more. We have no idea whatsoever what they are teaching our children in public school. Well, ask a parent.
We're in the new dark age. See, what I mean by that is that there was a time that was called the dark age, and I was laying in bed the other night, woke up in the middle of the night. I was thinking about that. And I was thinking about how they don't have the textbooks anymore, there's just really not too many books being printed in general. Everything is all digital. So how easy is it going to be to erase a period of 50 years, 100 years, or we don't know how long this is going to go on exactly. So it would be really easy to make this a dark age where it's like, we don't know what happened during the 2020s. there's no books written here that, maybe there's a couple somewheres, but in general, the history is not being documented very well, and I think it's intentional.
And they sit here, hey Snowball, they sit here and they give us the story of America or Canada or Egypt or whatever country you're in. They teach your children about the history of people, the human being, where it came from. There is no truth in that because everybody has a different version. All of it's being corrupted to fit their narrative that benefited them. And telling us the truth did not go well with their narrative of greed and consumption and disposability.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Speaking of, you mentioned the words a while ago, shouting from the rooftop. And let me share this little thing. Shouting from the rooftop is coming very soon. The Supernatural Show Network. Guys, we probably hung out long enough here today. Thank you, Roxy, for being here with me again. You are such an awesome trooper. And thank you, Miss Kim. She's definitely a trooper. And unexpected and uncalled for super troopers are Super Dave and Super Mike. And a bunch of others of you, too, as well, that are there.
And Kent, he's in there moderating, too. He's locked and loaded.
Yeah, and we've got more moderators than I could even see on my screen here because it doesn't show me in the version I'm getting who's all a moderator. But really, like I've said before, really the most important people here are the ones that are just listening, just watching, just learning, just discerning, because they are the foundation. They are the foundation of what this is and what we're doing and what we're going to be doing. And I want to say thank you to those of you who didn't say anything in the chat. Or maybe you've never even emailed or contacted us in any way. I want you to know that we love you too. And we're glad you're here watching and listening. And we're very glad you're seeking the truth. And we're going to do our best to continue to bring that to you and never sell out, never betray you, and always do our best. So thank you to those who we have never heard from, but we know you're here. So what were you going to say, Roxy?
Don't fear. Don't have fear. Just be prepared and be prayed up. Turn it all over to the big man upstairs and know that you are enough. And you just have to say to yourself, I am blessed.
Yeah, we are blessed. We're blessed, especially everyone here, because we're blessed to think about all the people that are just totally asleep. They just don't get nothing. They're busy watching football yesterday or day before. And yeah, I know you've got people that you love that was watching the football. I'm not picking on them. What I'm saying is that you're blessed because you know what it is. You know why you shouldn't waste your time.
Circus and the bread.
All it is circus. If you, Caesar knew that if you give people circus, which is like a football game, or entertainment, which is why I say the Supernatural Show is not for entertainment purposes, because this is not circus. I don't want to be circus. I don't want to be entertainment. But if you give them circus and you give them bread, they don't search or look for nothing else. Nothing. It's an unfortunate thing, but it's true for the most part. But you're not one of those. You are someone special. And I want you to know that I love you. and we love you. And we're going to get on out of here, and we'll see you. I'll see you on Wednesday. Roxy, when will you see them again?
I'm doing a solo show tomorrow night, so if you tune in, it's going to be all Roxy all the time.
Oh boy.
Y'all gonna get about an hour of just solo Roxy running her lip.
Well, we know Rage is gonna be there.
Well, I hope all my people are there. Everybody come. Because when you come to the Roxy show on Tuesday night at 7:30, there are things that are required. Comfy pajamas, a beverage of your choosing, whatsoever you choose, and a good sense of humor and an open mind. And we're going to have a ball, because we have a ball every Tuesday night. I guarantee you'll leave with a smile on your face. You will not leave there in dread or fear.
See,
You'll learn something and have a good time doing it.
That's one of the cool things about the Supernatural Show Network. You come as you are, and you do what you do, and you be you. And on this network, we don't try to change anybody or make them be a certain thing. They either are what they are or they ain't. And so, yeah. So tomorrow, Roxy, about what time, Roxy?
7:30 Eastern.
Okay. And then I'll be here on Wednesday again. And then there'll be Roxy and Shannon probably on Thursday. And we've got Jesse Howell, who used to do the Missing Link. It'll be a couple weeks, but he's going to start dropping in and joining us on the Supernatural Show here. And then we're firing up all his stuff on his new channel as well and get him rolling again. Jesse is a machine and also a really humble, beautiful man. And I say that because I'm comfortable with saying things like that. I tell grown men, I love you, man. And it feels good to me, you know. So I'll see you on Wednesday, probably around same time, 2 to 3 o'clock, somewhere in there. And of course, again on Friday, I've got some huge announcements coming here in the very near future. So make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you don't have an account, then you're going to have to go to the Supernatural Show website and look at the schedule that's on there to give you an idea of when everybody's kind of doing their stuff. It's only all on there in the calendar. It's real easy to find and pull up and all that kind of good stuff. But with that being said, we love you. Our Father in heaven loves you. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you.